Hello friends, welcome to another review of a fountain pen, and this time this pen is from Kaweco company. Kaweco is a German company which is making pens since the later part of the 19th century, and it produces pretty good pens which are, I believe, different from the normal line of fountain pens which you have seen. This time I am reviewing a pen which is called Kaweco Lilliput, and you'll see what the difference is all about. Kaweco pens in India are retailed through Ambalika Commerce Private Limited, which is based in Kolkata, and these are available through online retail via Amazon as well as Kaweco.in. This pen I bought from the Kaweco site directly. The pen comes in the cardboard box, and this small cardboard box then reveals a very good retro finish tin box which has got this embossed pen and the Kaweco branding over it, licensed to write Germany since 1883, and the Kaweco logo, and it's got these pretty beautiful prints on the sides of it. Many times we don't keep these cases, but I've retained it just for demonstration purposes. This is the pen, Kaweco Lilliput. The inside of the case would reveal two indentations, and this is slightly velvet felt inner layout. You can see there is one indentation here and one indentation here, and then there is this oblique one. These two indentations would be helpful for placing the cartridges of the pen ones with which it is shipped. These stickers, I don't know what it is for, and then there is this small advertisement for Kaweco clutch pencil. So coming to the pen lives up to its name. It's Liliput in all its terms. It's a very small pen, and how it is made useful, I'll just come to a moment. So this is made up of copper. Kaweco Lilliput also comes in plastic variants, but I chose copper because I love the way it patinas over time. This is not the finish in which it came earlier. We can also polish it with normal metal polishes, and it comes back to its original form. But then I generally like the different colors it shades over time, so I prefer to keep it this way. Coming to the pen, the upper part is the finial has a Kaweco logo over it. It is rounded. This clip is not the one with which it ships. This clip has been shipped separately. So if I remove this, it's a pretty stiff clip. This is the usual finish of the copper when the pen arrived, and here it reveals the Kaweco name underneath, and it's written Liliput, Germany. The clip fits pretty well on top of this cap, and I'll tell you why I use this clip. I generally don't put the clip just to attach it to my pen or attach it to my shirt pocket. There's a different reason for which I use this clip. And well, the clip is stiff and it holds on to this cap very well. I'll compare this with a Liliput Alsport, and here you see that this clip is just for decoration purposes. It just a highlight. It doesn't really work make the job what it's made about. But here the clip is pretty firm in grip, and it also holds the jean or your pen pocket or your shirt pocket very well. No, the issue with the pen, the cap takes about 3 3/4 of a round before it unlocks finally to reveal the pen. The writing end of the pen is again in the dimensions of a Lilliput only, and which reveals a very small steel nib. This is a medium sized Kaweco nib. It has got small engravings, and you can see the Kaweco logo, M branded and a bit of engravings on that. And then the rest of the body, the threads are not coming into the way. They generally don't fall into the grip. Even if they fall, they are not discomforting at all. The rest of the body, here you can see slight flaring down and then again coming back. So this is pretty good grip to the pen. The rest of the body is in line with a very gentle step here, and these are very straight lines. At the bottom you will see few threads again, and again this rounded bottom. So this has got a very good straight line with rounded bottoms at rounded bottom and as well as a rounded upper end. The thread at this the base are basically to post the pen. This pen is very small. You cannot use it normally unless you have very small hands. You cannot use it normally to write. So every time you have to write, you have to post it as well. So again, this pen takes few rounds to post. Again, I'll just show you. So it is anchored here now. 1, 2. See, again almost 3 rounds to post. So it takes time to post, and the reason why I've used my clip is it points to the direction of the nib. So that is the reason why I use this clip. I don't use it to attach it to my shirt pocket, but it gives me the direction of the nib. So here I've slightly twisted it out of line. So that is the only work for which I have put this clip on. That's the only dislike I have for this pen, because I am a doctor. I have to see a patient and then immediately take notes or write the prescription and then switch to another one. And meanwhile, the ink dries up, and I am not happy with that. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes, and then the ink dries up, and then I have to again prime it up a bit by shaking it down, and then I start writing again. So to prevent that, I close it, but then again I have to unscrew it and then post it and then start writing. So that is my major issue with this pen. Otherwise, it's a very beautiful pen, and the weight of the pen is pretty good because it is made up of metal. So disregarding the size, it grips very well in the hand, and it also gets a very good balance in the hand. It doesn't feel light at all, and writing with it is sheer pleasure. If we come down to the comparisons, before that I'll just point out the details of the clip. So the clip contains this Kaweco branding on it. It's edged onto that, and then it follows down into this slight arrow type head, and again on this it is inscribed since 1883 Kaweco logo, Germany, and again Kaweco logo in Germany. So these are the details of the clip. For size comparisons, here is a Pilot Decimo, a Pilot Preppy, then you have a Sailor 1911 Mini, and again a Kaweco All Sport. So before we go into the writing parts, let me come to the inking of this pen, which is slightly different from the usual ones. This pen ships with a cartridge, and we have to use a converter. If you have to use a converter, there is only one converter available which will fit this. Kaweco, for its smaller pen range, comes with two kinds of converters. This is a squeeze type converter, and there is another converter. These converters come in this kind of a cardboard box. So this is a mini piston. I haven't used them because I wanted to keep the cartridge, because the reservoir of the cartridge is better than either of the two. This piston type converter does not fit Lilliput. You can see if I cap it, here is the thread of the cap. If I cap it, this will overshoot the edge, so it won't be fully extended, the piston won't be fully open, and the ink reservoir would be very less. So it's better, if you want to use a converter, it's better to use a squeeze type converter. Again, this holds lesser ink than the cartridge type, so this is not my preference. So here we are, finally ready for the writing sample. For writing, I have chosen an ink which complements this pen brilliantly. This is a diamond ancient copper. Diamond inks I found to be pretty good, except one or two shades which I didn't like. There are different kind of bottles. This bottle is shaped like this. It's a pretty neat bottle, and the mouth of the ink jar is again pretty wide, so filling the ink is not a problem at all. And we'll come to the shade of the ink. This is so you see, we've kept it open for some time, and it takes a bit of hard start to again start writing. I think I'm not correct with the spelling, so I'll begin again. This is a copper with a medium nib. We are writing with diamond ancient copper, and the paper is century photocopy. So the usual quote and the usual writing, well, we've decided to take a break from it, and so has the fox. Well, I just wanted to write something different, so there I've written. Coming to the writing experience, Kaweco pens write brilliantly right out of the box. I generally didn't have to do much with the nib anytime, except on one occasion. So, but with these pens, with Kaweco Lilliput, I didn't have to adjust the nibs at all. The ink flow was very good. As you can see, this writing which has come down the way it was unboxed. I haven't had to adjust. This pen is not a very big gusher. It writes pretty decently, pretty wet, but not very wet. So here you can see, if I write it and I wait for about 2-3 seconds, so it just starts drying up. It's not a very big gusher, but then this is not a dry pen at all. The nib is writing with a very slight hint of feedback. There is no scratchiness to it, and there is no stubbish quality to that. Writing with this pen is very it's a very good feel. And coming down to the flexibility, it's a steel nib, and as I said, I don't flex my nibs pretty often, so you can't extract a lot of line variation out of it. But as you can see, if you try pretty hard, okay. But then I don't see the point of flexing a nib in vertical strokes with a pen which is not actually a flex nib. So just for the sake of it, reverse writing is again not very good with this, but it doesn't write with scratchiness. Occasionally someone wants to squeeze in a very tight font, so you can use it for reverse writing. Coming to the ink, I was very impressed with the way Diamond shaded with this pen. I don't know if that will bring out very well with this. I'll write a quick sample and then we'll try to see the ink shading. There is no inconsistency with fast or slow writing with this pen as regards shading is concerned. So as you can see that there are very dark and light shades coming to this. So Diamond Ancient Copper ink is a very good ink in my view, and it shades very well, and it again complements the looks of this pen immensely. So the final thing, I would really recommend this pen for persons who are writing short notes. Obviously the ink reservoir is small, so you cannot go in for very long writing with this pen in one go. And again, if you are just wanting to write on the go, like immediately taking out the pen from your pocket and writing notes, this is not the pen to go for. There are again other options available because of the way the pen unscrews and then posts on the back, unless you have got small hands. With me, that is an issue. Otherwise, this is one pen to be had in your collection, and I would strongly recommend it. With this, I come to the end of this. Thanks a lot. See you in the next review.